Welcome to week 5 of pre-recorded rugby with myself, Brad. For our final week, we're going to be learning the techniques of tackling. So we're going to be doing passive and dominant. For the second part of today's session, we will be bringing together all the things that we've learned over the previous weeks. So all the skills that we've learned. Those are grip and carry, throwing and catching, playing the ball and protective falling, kicking, and also relating to agility, balance and coordination. The equipment that you are going to need for week 5 are as follows. So you're going to need 3 or 4 pillows or a tackle pad that we're going to be using to fall on, a cushion that we're going to use as an attacker to tackle, 6 pairs of socks, 6 tennis balls and 4 objects, which I'm going to use cones. So 4 objects that are different coloured cones. So as an example, a blue cone, a green cone, a yellow cone and a red cone. So for week 5, we're going to be learning the basics of the tackling techniques. So there are 2 different types of tackling. There is passive and dominant. So to set up our first exercise, I would like you to face one pillow laterally and the other 2, or pad, if you have a pad at home, vertically. So we're going to use our cushion here as the attacker, and as the defender we're going to be tackling the cushion. So I would like you to kneel on your first cushion, and then what we're going to do is we're going to fall onto the 2 cushions or the pad. So the technique we want to use for passive is keeping our head to the side. So if the defender's running this way, we want to tackle with our right shoulder. If the defender's running on this side, we want to tackle with our left. So now the defender is on our right hand side, we're going to put our cheek to their cheek. We're going to squeeze the legs together and then fall onto the pad as they would do as the attacker for their protective falling, which we did in week 2. Okay, so we're going to hold the pillow or the cushion here, squeeze it tight, keep our head in close and do our falling to the side. Okay, so I have a few goes at that. See how you manage to get on. So not forgetting head to the side, squeeze and fall onto the mat. Okay, so I have a few goes at that at home and see how you manage to get on. So first up, we're going to hold the cushion here, squeeze it tight, head in close, cheek to cheek, and fall onto the pad or pillows. To reset, so we know we've done one, we're going to throw the cushion up into the air. Same again, head in tight and squeeze. And same again, throw it back up in the air so we can count how many times we have done the falling and reset. You'll now have 1 minute to see how many you can do. So what I'd like you to do for the next part is change the pad from this side onto our left side. So we're going to practice tackling from the left. So we want to hold the cushion on this side, bring it into our shoulders, squeeze tight, cheek to cheek, and then fall onto the pad or the pillows. Okay, so have a few practices at that, keeping it nice and tight, getting our head in, squeeze, and then falling onto the pad. So have a few goes at that, and then I'll see you after for the competition. Now we've had our practice, we are going to have a competition on tackling on our left side to see if we can manage to beat our score on our right side. So same again, you're going to hold it here, bring it in nice and tight, squeeze, cheek to cheek, and then to count a rep, we're going to throw it up in the air and off you go again. Okay, so we've now covered the passive tackle, so that was going to the sides. This time we are going to be focusing on our dominant tackle, so that is pushing the defender back and landing them on their backs. And so we are the dominant force. Okay, so we'll hold the same again. You'll bring it into our left shoulder, squeeze in nice and tight, and then we're going to land on our elbows and knees. Okay, so we are the dominant person in this tackle. Once you've done that, have a few goes. Swap shoulders. So bring it onto your right. Elbows and knees. Falling forwards. Okay, so have a quick practice. And I'll see you in a moment. For our competition this time, we are going to be doing different reps on each side. So you're going to throw the cushion up in the air. Bring it into your right hand side. Elbows and knees, squeezing tightly, not forgetting cheek to cheek. Okay, so once you've done one on your right, throw it up again, catch it, bring it into your left side this time, elbows and knees, and squeeze nice and tight with our cheeks at the back. So to progress our passive tackling this time, we're going to be doing it standing up. So instead of being on our knees at a height where the defenders would be in terms of if we want to tackle cheek to cheek, now that we're stood, we need to bend our knees, bring the cushion in and aim as if we were tackling for someone's legs so we can wrap our arms around and get our cheeks cheek to cheek. Okay, so we're going to bend our knees to start with, bring the cushion in, squeeze nice and tight and do our falling backwards, and then you can roll over and then reset, same again. So you're going to do 3 on your left and 3 on your right. So we're going for a set of 6. So bending our knees again, bringing the cushion in, squeezing nice and tight, make sure our head's in nice and tight again, and then fall back onto the cushion. So that's 1 left, 1 right, bending our knees again, same again, head in nice and tight, and falling backwards, doing our passive tackling. So that's 2 right, 2 left, so bend our knees, head in, squeeze, and falling backwards. So last one on each side. So preparing to tackle, getting our head in nice and tight again, and squeezing the pillow as we fall. So last one on our left side, bending our knees, bringing the cushion into our shoulders, squeeze nice and tightly to complete our last tackle. We're now going to do a competition to see who can do the most passive tackling in 1 minute. So to progress our passive tackling a little bit further, instead of going backwards now, we're going to go sideways. So same again, bending our knees, preparing to tackle their legs. Cushion here as if it were the attacker, bringing our head in nice and tight, and then doing our falling sideways and squeezing the pillow nice and tight. So same again, we'll do a few on our right and then swap to our left. So prepare, bend our knees to tackle, bring the cushion into our shoulder, squeeze nice and tight, making sure our head is in a nice, safe position. So last one, cushion here, bending our knees, bringing the cushion in and falling onto our pad or pillows. Just a quick demonstration, same again but the other way around. So we want our head on the other side. Instead of it being here on the left, we're going to bring it, our attacker, onto the other side and bring our head in nice and tight. Not forgetting to bend our knees before we do that, and then bringing it in and falling onto the pad. So let's go through it again. So we bend our knees, bring the attacker into our shoulder, squeeze nice and tight, head on the right side, which is nice and safe from the fall. And then I want you guys to have another quick practice and just practice your techniques. So progressing our dominant tackle to a standing position, we are going to use our legs to drive the defender backwards and then driving them onto the floor, completing the tackle. Okay, so you're going to need a bit of a step back from this one, using our cushion. Okay, we want to step into the tackle, pretending the defender's here, bending our knees, bringing the defender in, head to the side, so it'd be to the left if we're tackling with our right shoulder, driving with our right leg and then falling onto the floor. So squeezing the pillow nice and tight so the legs are together and then completing the tackle, same again. So this time we're going to do it with our left. So the defender wants to be there, left foot forward, so we're driving with our left foot forward, head to the side, squeezing nice and tight and driving forward onto the mat. Okay, have a few goes at that. Good 30 seconds, timer will come up now, so just have a quick practice. So now we are going to progress our dominant tackling into a game-related situation. So what I would like you to do is set your pad or your pillows a little bit further this way this time. Take 1, 2, 3 steps away and put your cushion there on the floor. And all we're going to do this time is practice a set of 6, dominant tackling, facing forwards and finishing the defender onto their backs so that we are the dominant defender. Okay? So just to talk you through the first one, all we're going to do is 3 tackles on our right shoulder, so leading with our right leg forward. And then after that, we're going to do 3 on our left side, leading with our left foot, following forward into the tackle. Okay? So we're going to do a set of 6 together, as fast as you possibly can, and we'll see who is the fastest to finish. Okay, so each time as we get back, you must touch the cushion before you can tackle the next defender. Okay, so are we ready? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So onto our right, tackling forward. So onto our left, so tackling with our left shoulder. When we get close to the defender, we need to take smaller steps. And then last one on our right, so small steps, step forward with your right and tackle with your right shoulder. Well done if you managed to complete that challenge. Hopefully you managed to do it safely. We're now going to progress our game-related situation onto our passive tackling. So it's going to be the same game as last time, except when we are tackling with our right side, we're going to come from the side on, almost as if the defender has come near enough past us. And then same again, our left side, almost as if the defender's coming past us. Okay, so just as a quick demonstration, we're going to be using our passive tackling on sideways. So you're just going to take a couple of steps, nice short steps, reaching our arms round, heading nice and tight, so not forgetting to bend our knees because we want to tackle around the waist area. So just as a demonstration, short steps, leading with our right foot, knees nice and bent, reaching our arms round, heading nice and tight so it's not on the opposite side. We don't want to be coming tackling with our left side this time, and then falling almost onto the pad. Okay, so that would be for our right side. If it was our left, we would short nice steps, same again, bending our knees, leading with our left leg, reaching round and falling in to the mat. Okay, so we're going to do 3 on our right and 3 on our left, alternating each time. Okay, not forgetting to touch our cushion to make sure that we are onside. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, off we go. So nice short steps, alternating each side. Reset your cushion if you need to. And then last one on our left side, falling onto the pad. Well done if you managed to complete that challenge. I hope you've enjoyed this part of the session for tackling, and now we're going to move on into our next stage. For the second part of today's session, we are going to be bringing together all the skills that we've learned over the previous few weeks. So for our first game, we're going to be introducing our passing, so throwing, and then we're also going to be introducing our coordination and balance into this next exercise. So for this next exercise, you're going to need a cushion or a starting point at one end, and then all you're going to need is one cone there, another, a third and a fourth. So in a ladder formation, so you're going forwards towards the basket each time. You're also going to need a basket at the end. So all we're going to be doing, starting from here, you're going to go to the first cone, pick up the ball or the sock and throw, aiming to the basket. Hopefully you manage to get it into the basket. Same again with our right, going to throw it in onto this side, and then with our last one, into the basket. Okay, I managed to get 3 points that time. You get a point for each time you get the ball or sock into the basket. Okay, so that was my demonstration. I want you guys now to have a quick couple of minutes go at practicing your coordination, your balance and your passing techniques. Okay, so this time we're going to move on to our kicking. So it's going to be the same game, same concept, except we're going to be kicking the balls into the basket. Okay, so first one, we're going to go to the blue one. So we're going to work our way over. First up, we're going to try it with our right foot. Oh, nearly that time. So same again, right foot. Missed again. Hopefully we managed to get it this time. Oh, too far. And last but not least, 1 point for me that time. This time we're going to try it on our left foot. So off we go. That's one. Oh, nearly the second. Two. And three. For this next exercise, what I'd like you to do is swap your basket for either your pad or a pillow. I want you to stand the pad or the pillow up against either the wall or something that supports it. And then what we're going to do, we're going to keep the cones the same and we're going to swap the socks for the tennis balls this time. So we're introducing our grubber kick this time into our balance and coordination. So for this game, what you're going to do, you're going to work your way towards the cones, using our balance to keep upright and bending our knees and using our arms and legs to coordinate and get through the task. All you need to do then, after that you've touched all the cones, is touch the pad, run back to the start, and then we get a go at grubber kicking with the ball. So once you've done that one, off you go. If the ball comes in the middle of the exercise, what you need to do is just brush it out of the way so that you don't fall onto it when you're having another go. Okay, so we'll all have a go together now, and we'll see who manages to get the higher score. Are we ready, guys? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So you've got to touch each cone as quick as you can, so keep it nice and low, touch the pad at the end, and then we're going to grubber kick, so take your time when you get to here because it'll cost you points. Okay, and off we go again. Keeping our sense of gravity nice and low. Touching each cone as we get past. Oh, missed that time. So getting down to the last few now. Just managed that time. One more left. I'm finished there. I managed to get 5 times with the ball. Okay, so I managed to hit the pad that time 5 times. Hopefully you guys managed to hit it more than me. If you didn't, have another go. So pause the video and have another go. For our next exercise, we're going to link our protective falling into our passing. Okay, so we're going to bring the two together. We're going to be focusing on the offload pass. So this is when defenders are on the attacker. So we keep the ball in nice and tight. If we have one defender down below and the other one up top, but if they haven't secured the ball, we have the option of passing to our teammate. So we have to do this though before we touch the ground. Okay, so all we're going to do as our practice is we're going to bend our knees, and as we fall, we want to throw the ball and try and get it into the basket. Okay, so please be wary of how close you need to be to your pillows or your mats. And then all we're going to do is throw as we fall. So we don't want to throw before we fall, because that would just be a regular pass. So we want to get about halfway down and throw in to the basket. So that would be 1. Okay, off we go again. So 2. Oh, just missed that time. 3, just managed to get in. 4. And 5. Well done if you managed to complete that challenge. We're going to make it a little bit more difficult this time. So I want you to collect your balls in again. Reset your mat or your pillows where you are. And then we're going to put our basket a little bit further away this time. So if our teammates aren't supporting us as fast as what we'd like and we have to wait for them to come to us, we now have the option of throwing it a little bit further to test our passing skills whilst we are off balance. Okay, so we're going to go again, and not forgetting this time we need to get a bit more force in our throwing action. So bending our knees and falling into the mat. And I managed to get 5 again that time. So we're going to reset again, and for our final challenge, we're going to alternate on throwing the ball single-handedly. So for our first one, we're going to fall and do our protective falling. Okay, so falling backwards, and then we're going to bring it into one hand and throw into the basket. So that would be 1. This time we're going to use our left. So that's 2. Back onto our left this time. And 3. Last one. Oh, I managed to get 3 that time, so really well done if you managed to beat my score. If you didn't, practice having another go and see if you can manage to get all the balls into the basket. For our final week's homework challenge, we would like you to complete and create your own flag for a country which is going to be participating at the Rugby League 2021 World Cup. And for our second and final homework challenge, we would like you to complete our Rugby League quiz. So we have included a Wigan Warriors Introduction to Rugby League video, which will help you to fill in the answers. From all of us at Wigan Warriors Community Foundation, we hope you have enjoyed our pre-recorded rugby sessions. If you would like to share with us any of your footage or photos, please share it with us on our social media pages, and we hope to hear from you soon.